What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. I apologize for my lack of reviews over the last week. I have been in Milwaukee, Wisconsin for work, so haven't had a chance to go out to the theater much, but I did get to see Thunderbolts while I was on my little vacation, so let's go ahead and talk about it. So Thunderbolts is about a group of unlikely heroes that must come together and face Earth's newest threat. Thunderbolts is Marvel's newest film in the post-Endgame era, and I will say that Marvel probably needs a win. It's definitely been a while since Marvel has had a truly great film, although I did enjoy Deadpool and Wolverine, but I thought the story was pretty flimsy and it wasn't quite as great as I wanted it to be, even though I still enjoyed it. But of course, if you know me, I love Marvel, so I was super excited for this movie. Plus, I thought that all the trailers looked fantastic, and I was very interested to see what direction they would take this film. If it would be the same old Marvel, or with the new talent that they've hired, if they would try something new. And I'm happy to say, with Thunderbolts, Marvel finally takes itself in a semi-new direction. While this film does have a lot of the classic Marvel humor, it doesn't feel like it compromises the emotion of this film, and that is what I really love about Thunderbolts. For the most part, this film takes itself extremely seriously, which is not something that Marvel's done a lot in the past. The themes that this film explores about loneliness and depression and feeling like you're lost in a void was very mature for a Marvel film. As soon as this film starts, from scene one, you can tell that the director and creators of this film had a vision, and that vision was able to be seen all the way through the film. It didn't feel like Marvel studio heads had their hands all up in this movie. There wasn't too many cooks in the kitchen. It feels like a complete vision that somebody had. It really felt like Marvel allowed the creators to create. This movie goes in very strange and odd places, specifically in the third act, and by the end it really didn't even feel like I was watching a Marvel film, but that's a compliment. The third act dives deep into the themes of depression and loneliness, and I really appreciate where this film went. All of the acting across the board is fantastic, specifically Florence Pugh. If she wasn't a superstar already, my God, after this film, she definitely is. Her emotion in this film felt so raw, and her character just felt so relatable. Since the death of her sister, Yelena feels alone. She feels like she has nobody there. She feels like she's going through the motions and just going from job to job, but not really feeling fulfilled. And not only is that a great direction to take that character in, it's also a perfect allegory for the Marvel Cinematic Universe and what that studio has been going through over the last couple films. They feel tired, they feel lost, it feels like people have kind of lost hope in what they're doing. All of the films feel repetitive, they feel like the same thing, and this movie has kind of a tongue-in-cheek way of not only exploring those feelings through the characters, but also exploring how audience members might feel towards the MCU in its current state. It was incredibly clever to do that, and just from that alone, you can tell, like I said before, that Marvel really felt hands-off when it came to this movie. They let the actors, the writers, and the directors have free reign when it came to the final cut, and you could really feel that through the screen. Also, complete side note, I love how this film uses shadows. It does it in a way that shows the darkness behind people and the loneliness and the sadness. I thought it was very creative. The only major gripe that I have with this film, unfortunately, is the villain. But I'm not talking about the Void. I'm not talking about Sentry. I'm talking about a different villain that I'm not going to spoil because I don't know if it's really revealed in the trailers that this person is a villain. However, this certain character just took me out of the movie every time they were on screen. Like I said before, a lot of this film is very grounded and felt very raw, but this one character was a little too comic booky for me. The way they pulled the strings and acted in the background didn't work for me at all. But other than that one character, I really think this movie is a must-watch for anybody that's been an MCU fan over the last 10 plus years. It feels fresh, it feels new, it feels different, it feels odd, and it doesn't feel like a Marvel movie. At its core, this is a film about redemption. It's a bunch of characters that have done a ton of things wrong in their life and can never seem to get a win, but they can come together and be the heroes that they need to be. And a lot of people might see that as cheesy, but for me, it really worked in the film, and I love a good redemption story. At times, this film had me tearing up. I mean, there is a scene at the end of the film between Florence Pugh and David Harbour where they're talking back and forth and talking about their past and how alone that they feel, and it was truly great acting and great dialogue, and it had me almost crying. I just love the emotion and how raw this film felt. But all in all, I thought this was a great watch. It's one of the better Marvel movies since Endgame. It has great themes, great acting, also great action. I didn't even mention the action. Holy, it feels like they actually tried. There's a lot of long one-take action scenes where the camera flows effortlessly along the screen. It is beautiful to watch. But like I said, this is a great watch, and I really think you guys should go out and see it as soon as you can. I hope this movie makes money so that Marvel understands this is what we want. So I'm going to go ahead and give Thunderbolts a 4 out of 5. If you guys have seen Thunderbolts, let me know what you think down in the comments, and I'll see y'all in the next review.